Next on Cartoon Chat.
My evil stare. Been working on it for weeks.
Oh, I missed it. Let's see. Oh, impressive.
You like it? Yeah.
This is the Animation Conversation Cartoon Chat. Of course, as always, I am one of your hosts, Brian the Baltimorean, right here, joined alongside, it's the bucket hat, it's the legend, it's the guy that's been consistently marked as the second best co-host of all time. I don't know if that's true. Mark, is that true?
Who? 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 That was my impression of an owl.
K9 Biscuits, of course. Mark, we've got a cool one today. Guardians of Ga'Hoole. It will be quite fun.
Guardians of Ga'Hoole, Matt.
Yeah. Now, before we do get started, of course, I do want to say, you also have Doggos of Ga'Hoole. You got a doggo with you. Dog cam, ladies and gentlemen. There she
It's
is.
fucking heavy.
Maxie, come on. You know, Matt, look at the
Alright, Crypto.
Mark, that's funny. Crypto's not black. Anyway.
Black Crypto. Nega Crypto. Nega Crypto.
You what?
I said nega.
Oh my god. Alright, so...
Negro Crypto.
Alright. So, of course, here on Cartoon Chat, just for you guys to understand briefly, each episode is meant to be a window into an animated series, a short, or a movie. Today, obviously, is a movie. We want to make sure we give that, give that cartoon the love that it deserves. And so what usually tends to happen here, just to understand, is we go through a couple categories. We go through the who, we go through the what, we go through the why, and then we talk about the thing.
I'm so confused. Can you break it down more?
Can I break it down more?
Yeah.
Well, Mark, the why. Why are we fucking watching this?
That's a good question. Can we turn the podcast off now?
You know, you're making a very good point.
I never thought of that.
Bye, guys. Appreciate
Why
you
the
for
fuck are we
watching.
doing this?
See you later. No. But before we obviously get into this last, make sure to subscribe to us at CartoonChatPodcast.com, ScreenBlastPodcast.com, or go ahead and go to YouTube and go to Screen Blast Society, and you'll find all of the many episodes we have. This is episode 53, and this has been a cool collection. Win or Lose dropped in July. In fact, we're recording this on what should have been the day that it drops, but I forgot to schedule it. So by the time I come back home, it'll either have dropped or it will drop the day after we record this. So, And then obviously we will have following that up with other things that we're not going to reveal. Well, you'll know, because when this comes out, you'll know. You can obviously check out the Tiny Toon Adventures movie, How I Spent My Vacation, and then this will be the 53rd episode. We're getting deep into the year. We're rolling into the fall season, and there's nothing like fall than owls. So for September, we're talking about this movie. All right, now it's time to start with the why. We're covering this film, Mark, for one reason, and one reason only. It's not because you love this movie. It's not because I love this movie. It's because we had our first audience member submission earlier this year. In fact, at the very end, during our holiday sort of stream, our holiday premiere, someone asked for this movie. So we go ahead.
What's our second one? Someone asked for all of the other reindeer.
This is the previous one was a Christmas theme.
Okay.
It was like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? And we did that. You're right. It's technically second. And, every once in a while, we will absolutely do that.
You bet. Whoever asked for this, you better be watching this. We did this for you.
He's serious, and I'm serious. You better be. We're only doing all this research because of you. Yeah, this is your fault. Yeah, just a heads up. But, again, you can go to cartoonchatpodcast@gmail.com to just, send us a submission. We may not get to you in any urgency. In fact, this has been months since someone has sent Ga'Hoole to us. But here we are.
I'm in a bummer of the mood, Brian, but I think they died.
You said what?
I think they died since then.
I think we killed them because they were waiting at their screen for so long. I mean, that's just what we do.
You could have put on a show for them. You could have sent them.
I do. Mark, we put on Cartoon Chat every month.
I mean, no, kind of, like a behind the curtain show. Like a.
Anyway, so just an understanding, our familiarity with Guardians of Ga'Hoole is vague at best.
It's nothing.
Literally.
I saw commercials for it on TV, and this movie is now playing in theaters. I was like, that doesn't look like a comedy. I don't give a fuck. That doesn't look funny.
Yeah, right there with you. I have we're right. We're like, if we're not aligned with watching this, we are aligned with the advertising. Just saying, nah, passing on it, and just not knowing this movie at all. So it's familiar in the sense that it came out when we were younger, and we remember the ads, but we certainly do not remember the movie because we both haven't watched it.
As someone who watches anything that looks good or anything that looks like it has a good plot, I go see any movie that looks like it has a potential to have a good plot. I'd probably go see this movie now if it came out this year. But back then I had I had certain conditions. It needs to be if you're gonna show me an anime movie, it needs to be a comedy. Yeah. Or probably needs to be from my favorite studios. It needs to be from Disney, it needs to be from Pixar, it needs to be from not DreamWorks. I don't see everything from DreamWorks, but I see some stuff.
I mean, it piqued your interest. It had comedy in it, right? I mean, DreamWorks. It's
oh yeah,
it's comedy. Over the Hedge, Flushed Away.
I know I skipped fucking Guardians of something.
Well, that wasn't comedy though.
Well, yeah, it didn't look like it was. So I skipped.
That was just
I still have not seen that movie to this day.
People are gonna be Guardians. Is Treasure Planet for people that are 2 years older.
Is the movie literally called Guardians?
It's Rise of the Guardians.
Okay.
Which is funny because we're talking about Legend of the Guardians. We'll talk about the name. The name is probably one of the other, just in terms of when we get to the box office part of this, just the name is an issue.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got some shit to say.
So, all right. So let's get into the what and the who. All right. Now. In terms of the what...
Ha, ooh, ha, owls.
So, just an understanding, for many of you guys, again, you might be just like us, where it's what is Legend of the Guardians, Owls of Ga'Hoole? This is an adventure fantasy feature. Did I say advantasy? It literally, it's an advantasy, yeah. It's based off of, this movie specifically is based off the first 3 books in the Guardians of Ga'Hoole series, which is written by Catherine Lasky. It was directed by Zack Snyder, very familiar name. Produced by the Australian animation studio Animal Logic at a budget of $80 million, has a runtime of just over 90 minutes, and premiered on September 24th in America, September 30th in Australia, of course, where it was made. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and roll. I'm going to keep it rolling, Mark, into the book series. I don't know if you know anything about the book series or Catherine Lasky, who wrote it, but so this was, again, the Guardians of Ga'Hoole is what the book series is known as. And I think they kind of avoided calling it Guardians of Ga'Hoole because the whole series is called that, and this is specifically only talking about the first.
Okay, so here's the thing that bothers me about the name. The books have subtitles. You could have easily gotten away with just calling this Guardians of Ga'Hoole, and that's it. And if you make plausible sequels, Guardians of Ga'Hoole 2, Guardians of Ga'Hoole 3, I
agree. No, I agree.
Because if you're referring to a specific book, you can refer by its subtitles. Guardians of Ga'Hoole, The Capture. Guardians of Ga'Hoole, The Journey. And it's the way usually movie adaptations will try to simplify titles sometimes. This is one of those cases where they made it overly complicated, and it's
yes,
and it's and it doesn't you could have had a Guardians of Ga'Hoole and had a subtitle in it, but no, they fucking swap name, they fucking swapping words around. It's called the Legend of Ga'Hoole.
It's up there at the top.
Oh yeah, Legend of the Guardians, the Owls of Ga'Hoole. What the fuck?
Yes, it's also okay, I will say there are other the series that because there's another book adaptation that came out where it's okay, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the Lightning Thief, long ass name. You could have called it the Lightning Thief. Like, these book adaptations love to really go all out on long-ass names. But this...
I thought short names sell, though.
They do, but this one specifically, you lengthen the title to longer than any of the book names, which is wild. None of the book names have this title. This is, like...
It's already not really a big... Like, the name itself is not really, like, a... It's something like
somewhat it was
that's culturally easy for people to just kind of remember.
Yes,
Guardians of Ga'Hoole is like you kind of have to put that into people's brains. You have to do more, a bit more to just sell that.
Indeed.
And like we have this even longer title, like you gotta do a lot more to sell that.
Yes, absolutely.
That is not an iconic name. You could like I wouldn't give them fly. They just call it Owls. If they just fucking call it just Owls, I
got one better.
You can sell that better.
I got one better. Ga'Hoole. The end.
Yeah.
All right. So Guardians of Ga'Hoole, just to understand. So Catherine Lasky, first off, she wrote over 100 books. Guardians of Ga'Hoole, though, is a 16-book series as of today. It's pretty much capped, though. It's wrapped up. She wrote 3 other series focused on other characters in the Ga'Hoole universe. So again, 16 books based around owl-focused characters or owl species characters. And then there's other series within the same world. So there's the Wolves of Beyond, which has 6 books. You have a trilogy. You have 2 other trilogies: Horses and Bears. Again, like the point here is Lasky really developed a world here that you can build out and discover. I think what's cool is again this is the type of series that younger me would have loved. I think the marketing we'll talk about again briefly, like where it came out. But this is I think. It's difficult. Like I think because this world seems like it's very fleshed out, and you could really, really enjoy it. Like it reminds me of the Percy Jackson series when it got a movie. Like that was very developed.
Have you read any of these books?
No, that's
okay.
I've
put the camera on me.
You've read one?
All right. I did my fucking homework.
I was debating doing the audiobook, but I was like, damn, should I? You read the whole thing?
Yes.
Holy fuck! Congrats.
I did my fucking homework because so I can talk. So I have something to fucking add to this shit.
Okay.
I never heard of fucking owls. So I was like, all right, let me do my research so I can know the difference. And the movie covers books 1 through 3. I only the fucking audio book. I read it I was doing with the audiobook, so I have a pacing. It is fucking 6 hours, man.
Yes.
And the other ones are just as long as if not longer. And I only have time to read the first one. I just get the synopsis of the second one. But, there are major differences, and I'll get to them as we go through the movie. Okay. There are major differences.
Gotcha. All right. Now, I will say, last thing on this section here, she was actually she was the original screenwriter when Warner Brothers grabbed the rights to this movie back in, I believe, 2005. So, for about 2 years, she was actually screenwriting the story. But once Zack Snyder got tagged in, a brand new collection came in. We'll talk about that later. But Zack Snyder had become, by the time this movie was lined up, he had become pretty familiar when it comes to directing and filmmaking. In 2004, he was director of Dawn of the Dead. Then 2006, 300, which was still one of his most well-known films. He topped that off with Watchmen, and then was also well-known for a pretty cool My Chemical Romance music video. So Snyder had literally, the whole thing about Snyder is he has this signature style to his filmmaking. It's notably, a few things. You've got the slow-mos, you've got the action shots, you've got the certain color grading, you've got great focus on action and fluidity. He's got, again, a very unique sense of style when it comes to his types of. He's a very hit and miss director, especially with. Again, we won't talk. We're not talking after. Let's not talk after. We're just talking up to this point. Just remember, up to this point, he was killing it. Dawn of the Dead, 300 Watchmen. You're boom, he's killing it.
The fact that the author was taken off from writing the screenplay, probably could it be a case for the better, because writing for a book and writing for a screenplay where it needs to be a format that fits within 2 hours or an hour and 30, it's not the same thing. So
yes.
It's probably you want to get somebody more experienced with that to write a movie.
Naturally. Now, the animation studio is interesting because there's things I didn't even know about Animal Logic. So Animal Logic is over in Australia. This is very much
They're still running?
So, sadly, Netflix acquired them, and then they were shuttered very recently.
Damn.
So it's like they were actually pretty much stripped of their heritage and their name, and they went from Animal Logic to just Netflix Animation, and then Netflix was like, "Fuck you,"
They were stripped.
and it was done.
Do you know do you have the last thing they made?
I do not. Well, what I do have is just to shout out their core things, which again, it's like we noticed this with Blue Sky. Blue Sky, of course, did Ice Age. They did Rio. It's like what they started with was again VFX work for a while, very much like Pixar too, where they were just did VFX work for things like commercials, and then they shifted their focus into feature films. Their first one was Happy Feet, but right before that, I had no clue. It's like this is like finding a fucking puzzle piece that you didn't know you would ever find.
Yeah.
Like, this is the studio that did Cartoon City. And I had no clue that they were the team that worked on cartoons. Like, this whole time, I'm like, whatever, okay, where are we gonna... The research for this movie led me down to find that this was where fucking Cartoon City came, at least it wasn't conceptualized here, but it was made here. And, they refined it and they developed it. That's awesome. This team, that's amazing. And it's cool. There's such a distinct design and fluidity and style to Cartoon City. Not just, obviously, their other work, but Cartoon City itself. It's one of the most favorable moments and favorable bumpers in Cartoon Network history.
I need, commentary or podcasts of people who worked on it just talking about it.
Yeah.
There's, on YouTube, I think there's, one... There's one audio commentary on one commercial, and it's Yogi Bear walking into the CN Theaters or something like that. But it's just I was like, oh my god, I need more of this.
I put this in front of the panel, but I need the Professor Utonium, Kids Next Door. Everyone's everyone's come around.
There's not enough behind the scenes shit for commercials or bumpers.
Yes,
there's not enough.
Especially bumpers like that. You don't really necessarily think, oh, I need a bumper for the nudes era, where it's okay, they're nudes. Okay.
I want a whole documentary on fucking CN bumpers.
But CN bumpers, Mark, now I got to start making. Now I've got to make another script, because that's what I used to do. I used to go, go through history. If I'm gonna do a documentary on that, dust off the old typewriter. All right. But
Defunk Land, a great documentary of the Disney Channel bumpers.
I've heard. I still haven't watched it, but
yeah.
I've heard. Yeah.
I recommend it. It's a good one.
Kick ass. But yeah, so Cartoon City ran from 04 to 07. Between 04 and 07, they did Happy Feet. Happy Feet. Again, this was not only Animal Logic's Snyder. This was not only
Dennis Snyder.
This was not
Different Snyder.
Thank you for the clarification, because in this moment you need the clarification with Zack Snyder being key to this.
That's probably his brother he doesn't want to fucking associate with.
Stop bringing him up. Not only is this Animal Logic's first CG animated feature film, it is legitimately Australia's first too. So this is a big deal for countrywide. This brought again significant attention and admiration, and just in general more backing to Animal Logic. On top of that, it won Best Animated Feature that year. That's fucking awesome.
Pissed off Pixar.
And it pissed off Pixar, yes. That's
the point where, in Ratatouille, there was, no, all real animation, no fucking mocap.
No mocap. And, yeah. Now, Animal Logic had worked on 300. They did some CG work with Zach, on the 300 project. So these two, Snyder and Animal Logic, had worked together. Notably, I don't want to mention too many things post-release, but they did work on the Lego movie.
That's cool. They did the
animation.
Really good CG.
They did the animation. You said what?
That's really good CG. That's cool.
It is. That was groundbreaking
yes.
for the time. It was holy shit, this looks amazing.
Wait, that's not stop motion?
It was glorious. Yeah, that was standout, man. So yeah, shout out to Animal Logic for their progress, what they did, everything about it. Now working on the film itself, when we're talking about the development, look, Lasky, again, like I said before, she was the original screenwriter, but once Snyder was signed on to direct, there was a different screenplay entirely that was developed by John Orloff and Emil Stern. These two actually haven't done anything significantly notable. I don't want to be rude, but it's not they were not these are not juggernauts where it's like, oh, we're about to grab people that understand how to adapt, like, hypothetically books or things like that. It's not like they were grabbed in comparison to Lasky to do this, if you get what I'm saying. So, yeah. After that, again, Animal Logic was signed on, or was announced as the core team to work on Legend of the Guardians. And, again, over 500 people worked on this movie. Notably, the core thing that they like to shout out a lot is the fact that they worked on 15 different owl species. They literally not just worked on, developed and created and tweaked, and the fur. We'll talk about it when we're watching the movie or discussing the movie, but they spent a lot of time on these owls, on the creatures and insects around them, the detail of it. That was really something they wanted to make sure that they honed and crafted. And casting was rolled out in 2009. Now, this is where I wanted to get to, again, how the name and the commercials and things like that. I don't have any commercials on me. I may put them in here later. You guys might see them. But I think Gahul's box office is fucking
Alpha and Omega.
So, yeah. Here's the thing. It hit theaters in late September 2010, right? Its budget was less than $80 million. It had a moderate opening weekend. But its real core was its solid retention for a bit of time. The problem here, though, is the thing that everyone hates. And I mean, Alpha and Omega is annoying enough.
Okay, so when I was talking about, I was talking about, they need to be comedies, also need to not look like shit. And, when I saw a commercial for Alpha and Omega, that looks like shit.
That did look like shit. Back then.
I was like, I'm not seeing that.
Yes. But, this was the problem. Alpha and Omega released a week before Guardians of Gahul and competed directly, obviously, with the family feature film space. So, again, both of them fucked up each other's theatrical runs. Both of these, just to understand, both of them would make back their budget, but they didn't make much more back from more than their budget. If one wasn't there, hypothetically, more of it would have funneled to the other. And if the other wasn't there, same deal. So, it's Jesus Christ, you guys, and it's all because, again, I'm going to blame this on Alpha and Omega. I'm not blaming it on anything else.
Did Alpha and Omega not make that much money back?
No. It was
They got 1 billion sequels.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, they made a lot more money on the physical release.
Yeah, the back end.
The back end. And I mean Jesus Christ, that franchise. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I never seen any of those movies a day in my life, but I love watching reviews about them, and I love people.
Yes,
flabbergasted about the amount of sequels they have.
Just the digging on them, and again, yeah, just.
If I'm gonna make fun of it, how it's a furry fetish movie.
So the other thing here was that audiences, again, it literally was not just the movie that came out alongside it. It's the fact that this year was packed with great movies, and Despicable Me and Toy Story 3 were still bringing in audiences to a minor degree in September and October. These movies came out in early summer, and they were just such juggernauts that they were so loved that they were still somewhat just a little bit of a thorn into the side of hey, do I want to take my family to this other movie? Or hey, you want to go back and watch this kick-ass movie? I'm going back to watch fucking Toy Story 3. And that's kind of what happened.
Bro, I remember looking at the trailers through this film and that movie looks cheap. They ain't going to catch on that at all.
And, the thing is, I understand about that, but Despicable Me, it's a hearty film. It's got heart to it.
I know, I didn't bother watching it, but I remember thinking to myself, that movie looks cheap. That's not going to catch on at all. They ain't going to go nowhere.
Yeah. And, again, the other part of it is, so you had, same time as release, you had one movie, you had the previous rollout of the other movies of Despicable Me and Toy Story 3, and then, so it launches in late September. They have until October, and then by November, you've got Megamind and Tangled. So you don't have really, that runway of October was all you really had.
Shit, I forgot Megamind and Tangled came out the same year.
And they came out same year. On top of that, the big issue was Gahul was regularly advertised as a must-see 3D experience, but it had to fight for those premium screens. So, you had word of mouth, that kicked up later. Word of mouth might have said, go to see this movie, but if you waited a couple weeks, other movies were still taking some of those 3D screens, or it was just kind of not getting as many slots in time as it would have earlier. I do want to touch on, like you said, Mark, earlier, the advertising for this movie. I think, briefly, actually, I think I'm going to just, pause really quick, and I'm going to show an ad, because, just to bring the point home.
Have you seen the Guardians of Ga'Hoole?
Who?
You know, noble warriors who protect the innocent.
Who?
Like Soren!
Oh.
You can get BK Kids meals with toys from the movie Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole.
I picture myself on a great cliff with the Guardians.
On September 24th,
Your head is filled with dreams. There's nothing wrong with dreams.
if you believe in the legend,
We're gonna find the Guardians of Ga'Hoole.
you will become
Get them! Look out!
a hero.
Just to understand, like, again, like, what were they advertising? Like, that's the whole point, is like, okay, like, go check out the, like, again, it's either they're going to see the Guardians. Okay, what?
Hey
okay.
kids, you wanna watch some fucking owls?
You want to watch that? It's like, okay, if you don't, this is the whole thing with the ads. It's like, if you don't know what Ga'Hoole was, if you didn't like owls, and you, like, what was this movie? Like, in terms of the marketing. Like, I'm trying to just, by comparison, right? Like, I looked at other ads before going through, like, for instance, other original animated movies.
Did you look how popular the book is? Because, like, are they betting? Are they gambling on the?
They weren't like Harry Potter popular, but they were still like they wouldn't obviously approve this if it wasn't gaining some traction. It was selling well, but it wasn't like Harry Potter levels, of course.
Because I never heard this name before the movie existed.
Same.
Never heard of it. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Same. I mean, so like, but I compared other original animated marketing from that year. Like, for instance, How to Train Your Dragon leaned on like the coolness of the dragons, which again, dragons sell, and just like the adventure idea. Despicable Me leaned into the comedic energy of the minions and the trio of children, where it's like regular. It's like, it's so fluffy, I want to die, like that joke, that quote all the time. Megamind used the fun tech often,
Yeah.
and the comedy moments. And then like it's like this. It's like they just didn't know how to advertise. They just don't.
Well, like,
they had no clue.
No, also Mega Man's advertising was just like the main character. He's just like Mega Man himself. He's just like he's a blue guy with a big head and a smug face. I was like, okay, yeah, that's a good. I want to see that. That guy looks funny.
It's time mark for us to get to the darn thing.
The Thing? We're gonna watch The Thing? Okay. Fuck.
We went through the who, we went through the what, we went through the why. Now it's for them for us.
We're just gonna watch The Thing. We're just gonna watch a completely different movie.
Yes.
Fuck, I'm down. That's a good fucking horror movie.
Now, before we talk about the movie, Mark, we are going to do what we usually do, which is brief thought. What do you think? You know, before we go into it, what did you think of the film? Now, after seeing it.
So,
brief, by the way.
I went through the book first. Before I saw the movie, so I can try to give me a mental image to get me more excited to see that mental image come into fruition in the movie. This is a pretty good movie, but it's not very faithful to the book. So if anyone was a fan of this book, I can imagine them being disappointed. But like, it's like the story is a basic hero's journey, but like, I found none of the characters annoying. And like what carries this whole movie is the fucking visuals the whole way. It's like, it still holds up today. It's just like I thought it was just fairly entertaining, just like fairly. I thought it was good, fairly entertaining.
Nice. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I find this film to be visually incredible. I think the effort poured in by Animal Logic is still clear as day. I mean, just the amount of detail is awesome to see on screen. I think that Zack Snyder, it really shows that he should be in animation. Like, he should not be in... Really, like, sure, he does some work well in live action, but, like, like this really shows that he really plays well in animation, because you can direct so many different sequences all at once.
Oh, yeah.
Know? And, like,
because
it's a dynamic... Like, the point... It's a dynamic...
I complain about his, like, fucking tricks and his slow-mo tricks, but, like, they work well here.
Yes.
Especially because, like, if you had to have owls fast fighting the whole time, it just wouldn't work.
No.
Slow-mo for this movie works.
Yes.
My method of watching this movie, this movie also worked for me because my method of watching it is the Blu-ray 3D with the PlayStation VR headset. And this movie really works well in 3D. The 3D really is really good for this movie.
Nice.
Sadly you can't you can't view it in a theater anymore in 3D, but like I do recommend if you have like a 3D TV, which you probably don't have, but like most people probably would have like a a like pre-owned PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
Watch it.
If you just,
watch this.
VR, yeah, PSVR.
Get this version and watch it on that way. I really recommend watching it that way.
Nice. It's worth the investment of that much money.
Yeah, especially especially with the like flying the overhead stuff. It's just like it really
pops. It really pops more.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I think the other thing is, again, it's a great. I think it's a fantastic like sibling journey. Again, just about certain decisions and how things present themselves in certain moments. And I think one of the things that unfortunately may hamper the film is just that. Now you've actually read. I had presumed that this film just had too much to work with because it feels like we're going fast and furious through core development points.
You are very correct. We are zoomed out. They have to make a lot of changes too.
Yeah.
So okay. So are we getting to this?
So
it is now.
Yeah. Let's get to the darn thing. That's why I call it the thing, because we're starting the darn thing. And let's get into the discussion.
So yeah, explain the plot, like this part of the movie first.
Now we're at the first core point of this movie. We get a beautiful sweeping shot. Again, its own custom intro, and we're seeing essentially the family dynamic, the situation going on between the brothers, the family. You have a very young sister there, and they're being told this story of the Guardians of Ga'Hoole. And obviously we're in the movie because we're watching a movie that has the name Guardians of Ga'Hoole, so clearly this will be important later. We're getting these notes, but we're not really getting them that well because you're more listening to Sauron, the main character, tell us this. And it's like, okay, we're getting little cliff notes, but it's all kind of zooming, so you don't really get the tale. We don't get the tale that he loves so much. We get a brief, like, couple seconds of the tale he loves so much. And from that point, they're training, but we see that the older brother is not favored as much as Soren is. Soren is given a little bit more preference by the father as he's sort of catching on to flying better. And, the older brother doesn't seem to necessarily like that. So you get a little bit of divisiveness there. That's at its core this starting grid that we're at. Go ahead, Mark.
So in the book, the like
I like this. I only like. Excuse me. Technically, now you only have about what? About, the book was better. Technically, you only have about what, a third of the movie that you can, half the movie, because at a certain point the first book kind of runs out.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, the entire book, it's kind of like a survival horror. Yeah. Because it takes place within the what I'm gonna call the owl trafficking ring.
Understood.
It takes like the entire book takes place in that, except for the last 3 chapters when they finally get out.
Yeah.
And they meet like Twilight and Darab, and then the book ends after that.
Okay.
So, Sorrow, because they have the character. They have Soren. There we go. So like Soren.
You read the book.
Fake fan. All right. Well, like Soren is much younger than the brother, and as for the little sister Eglinton, she's even younger. That she is just hatching. She's like an egg when the story starts, and she's just hatching when the story starts. And I guess he's as young as Eglinton would be or Marrow would be, because it isn't Marrow the character that comes in later. So that's her name. No, Gliffy. Fuck. Gliffy. Gliffy comes in later because she's a small owl.
Yes.
And she's younger, isn't she?
She's younger, absolutely.
Yeah,
but she's still older than the sister.
Yes.
Yes.
So Soren is kind of as young and as small as a Gliffy later on. The older brother is as old as he is. He's much older.
So it's way more clear, at least as it's presented, than it is here in this story.
So
where they're very close.
So in this movie, pause it real quick. So in the movie, Clud is the evil brother. He's played very sympathetic.
But is
like,
it wait? Yes.
He's played sympathetic. Like you can understand like what like his motivation for like wanting to be evil, and like and he kind of just gets more and more brainwashed into becoming evil.
Yes.
The book, he's just a fucking asshole. So Soren, because like also what's set up earlier is owls, like the parents already are just like talking to them with to each other while the kids are sleeping, and Soren just overhears that they're talking that like owls have gone missing, and they're worried about their baby owls going missing. But like so they go on a hunt, and they have Clud watch his younger siblings. Soren one day is just looking on a branch, like off a cliff. He's just like looking at the land off a branch.
Yeah.
And Clud just pulls a spot a moment. He's just like, just like kicks them off, and he falls to the bottom of the tree. By the way, Clud is also he can fly. He can also fly. He's a good flyer. But like that's when he ends at the bottom of the tree. He can't get his way back up. Clud kind of just like flies down and just like taunts him, and it's like this is where you deserve to be. I deserve to get the bigger stuff and the bigger bugs. I deserve all the family attention. And he alludes that he's going to do the same to Eglinton when she gets older.
What a maniacal asshole.
He's just maniacal. He doesn't get fucking traffic with him in the story. In the
what?
He doesn't. He's an asshole. He goes right back up to his burrow. That's called a burrow, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
To his fucking burrow. And fucking Soren is trapped down there alone. And then he gets picked up, and then he gets brought to trafficking. Clud is that is it for Clud within that story. Until he is done with his first book.
Oh, just for the whole first book. Oh my god.
Yeah, he just fucking kicks Soren down there.
Oh my god. Okay.
And says like fuck you and leads back to his burrow.
That's a major change. Because in this story, of course, the parents leave. In the film story, the parents leave. It's Soren's decision to go out to fly, practice, and then he's going out. Now we still get the kick, but they both fall. You know what I mean? They both fall.
It's kind of both of their fault in this movie.
Yes.
And like Clud is not.
But it is Soren who makes the initiating. Yeah. He is the one that without him doing that, none of this technically happens.
He's not sympathetic. He's not instantly maniacal in this one. He's just he's understandably
he's just unfavorited, right?
Yeah, yes. And he doesn't upfront care about his family, but he's just starting to care about them less and less. The more he's realizing, oh yeah, I'm respected here.
Right. This is my place. I feel like they actually will give me more value here. But again,
and
when let me switch it over. That's when, of course, we get, like you said, that Soren falls to the ground, but it's actually in the film, it's both of them.
Yes.
Where they fall to the ground, they find a creature comes out of the forest to obviously eat them, and then immediately they are captured by the duo. What does that kind of? That's how it happens. Is it just one of them though that captures them? It's not Jat.
Just one.
Jut. It's not Jat and Judd. It's just Jat, or is it?
Yeah,
both?
It's because the book is a lot darker because you get more of a sense of he's alone. He's alone down there.
Wow, that's unfortunate. Well, that doesn't happen. They're both fucked.
I mean, this is a decent movie, but I think the first.
I think what you're discovering is it's never a good translate. Barely ever do books to movie translations nail the core.
I think this book has enough material to be just a movie on its own, but the decision here is just to kind of just translate all three books into one movie. The first three books into one movie, and just kind of make a conclusive ending off that can leave off into potential sequels.
Yes.
Instead of just because they can't really confirm confirm a trilogy making this because they don't know how well this.
It would be a good climb.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw Fury.
I think this would be
so this would have been if you focused on the first the first book. This is Furiosa.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to get out. You're really desperately trying to get out. You find someone else that wants to get out. You're desperately trying to escape. And then at the very end, you find a way out. You know, now, obviously it's better because he has another person with, or, what is it, Soren finds someone else and they're both able to escape. But, you know, Furiosa gets to escape without, you know, her significant other. But it's Furiosa. Like, you know, Furiosa clearly borrows a lot from this story style. So, all right. Now, again, you get the duo of Jat and oh my god, now I lost the duo of the twins there.
Claude and Soren. Oh, these two guys.
These two guys.
I don't know who they are.
They're Josh and Jat, I believe. Jat and Judd. I'm sorry, Jat and Judd. And these two. Now, we don't get to see that much of the detail earlier. We get a great tracking shot in the beginning of the film, especially with the opening intro. But because these are short-haired owls, the family is mostly all of them are short-haired owls. We don't get that detail yet, but once we get to these, you know, these more mature owls, this different species, oh my god, it is amazing, the detail.
Oh yeah.
It is not only the lighting and the idea of the scenery, all of it, like this concept of visualizing it here with the sunrise and, you know, having them like fly at that angle and everything. But it's, again, how the feathers react in the wind. It's the layers of feathers. It's the blood-soaked like layers of feathers around their, you know, their wings and their face, and, you know, all of it. How their mouths move, you know, when they're talking, their expression in their eyes, all of it. Like, you finally get more of that definition because you get more literal fur, like more hair, more fur. More feathers, I should say. When you get to these owls, and like as much as it sucks that they're now captured, that the brothers are captured, it's like, damn, this is actually a very beautiful moment, like visually, as an animation fan. Like, this is fucking amazing, you know.
It's weird that this movie it looks like it came out yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh my god. It's so this is where Soren meets Gylfi.
Like, oh, sorry, folks. I mean, but a little bit behind the curtain. We recently saw Smurfs like the prior week to this recording, and it's like there's like somehow this movie is like it looks. What do you mean somehow? It looks like this movie was like fucking. It was fucking made like right after Smurfs. Like.
It looks like this movie was made in the future. If you watch Smurfs today.
Yeah.
It looks like a future movie. If Smurfs was made presently. Like, because Smurfs is... If you went and watched Smurfs, like, today. Yeah.
To be specific, we're talking about 2025 Rihanna Smurfs.
Yes. I think, this is where you first meet Gylfi. They are, they're just being captured. She's from a completely different group, and they're flying toward, the essential, headquarters of the... evil group. What is the evil group called, Mark? You've read the book.
I forgot. It's the fucking Mel. I don't remember every detail, but I'm just gonna call.
Tell me about the evil. Tell me about the evil layer and how.
I'm just calling them the evil owls.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the book, this is like the book, except like you spend a lot longer here.
Okay.
You spend a lot longer here.
You can. Yeah. This is where you can really see a lot of You could feel a lot of compression.
Yes.
Here. Notably, it's like, throughout the movie, but especially here, but go ahead.
In the book, they are, like in the movie, they're taken to be like brainwashed, and it's called moon blinking.
Yes.
Don't
forget, we also meet Nira.
Huh?
Don't forget that. We meet here Nira. Did we first meet Nira in the beginning as well? When they first land? Yeah,
but also, like, they get taken to like a different, like, to like a, I guess I forgot the name, but like another owl who like because like they're assigned to an owl, and that owl is like meant to teach them, and they have to call him Auntie.
What?
Yeah, so they can be like I guess to be tricked into like a parent type figure, a parental figure.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So like they're kind of brainwashed in that way, and if they ask any questions, they get. The punishment is to have all their feathers plucked. And that's what happens to Soren. He asks a question, and he gets dragged away, and he gets all of his feathers plucked aggressively. This movie, like, it's very aggressive. Like, the moon blinking scene in the book, they do nearly get moon blinked. Like, they're trying to fight it, but, like, Giffy, like, barely fights it, and Soren is just trying to hold on, and, like, when Giffy mentions the Guardians, that's what helps, like, snap Soren, like, out of it.
Christ. Jesus fucking Christ.
It is, like, sort of like a holocaustic, like, type story.
It's clearly, again, it's an evil layer that has enforced a community of immediate just, all right, you're doing this action, consequence, immediate action, consequence. And I think, like, one of the biggest factors of this film, I think, is you get this quick parallel of, obviously, Claude is training, but I think everything happens so fast that it's like, you don't feel that it sucks that they're captured and you have the moon blinker or whatever. But then, rather quickly, like, Grimble is trained, like, Grimble almost immediately, like, 3 seconds in, hey, I saw you guys were, part of the resistance, right? All right, let's fucking get you trained. It's like, what? How are you here? How the fuck are you here if this is...
Yeah, it happens a lot fast in the movie.
Right. I hope so. Yeah. I hope the movie made it.
Because there's also another plot where, like, I forgot the character's name, but, like, she's, like, trying to, like, secretly raise eagles. And, like, the eagles come back later in the story.
What, Nira?
Huh?
Is it Nira, the main female?
I don't think she's in the movie.
Nira, the character that's raising eagles.
Yes, I don't think she's in the movie.
Oh.
And like she's also on their side as well, but she gets killed later. And like she raising these eagles, and those eagles like grow up, and they later come back in the story to assist the main characters with their journey.
Because they were treated horribly.
Oh no, the eagles were like helped like raised by this owl lady, who's also becomes their ally.
By the owl lady and she's also a part of a resistance from this evil.
Yes.
But she's at this headquarters.
Yes.
Evil headquarters. Okay.
Undercover.
Right.
Because there's an owl. There's also another owl who's she's just as short as the baby owls, but she's an adult. Okay. But also because of her like deformity, she can't really fly or anything. So she's just there undercover.
Gotcha.
So there's a couple people on their side in the book.
Good.
But it's also it is more horrific and like it's
very tense.
It's more tense and aggressive.
Right. Yeah. Well, you learn simultaneously. Again, on the other side, Clud again is being trained against some of the better performing, smaller, younger owls to obviously be the next generation of assassins or whatever you'd call them. Like you want them to be obviously they're the lead on the toughest owls that you can have, or the guards I should say, the ones that end up wearing the caps and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We see that they have some sort of electromagnetic technology or something like that they use to drain energy from the souls. Something.
I don't remember that plot point in the first book. It could be in the later books.
Okay, but yeah, they're draining it. It impacts Soren when he tries to, or he does take one of the things there, brings it up. A bat takes it, boom, and it affects him pretty close to, or affects seemingly internally Soren. Again, while this is happening, he's being trained. They're being trained. And rather quickly, they get found out. I mean, like, very quickly, they get found out. Like, now, again...
by the way, in the book, they're there for months. This is like a day.
It's like a day, exactly.
They are there for months. They grow up there. Like, they don't get to fly until they're older, because they're there for fucking months.
Right. That was the other thing that was tough to understand, is, like, how are they... Like, again, this is a movie, so you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm supposed to believe this scary place is scary, but you did this within a day. And then you got to train and you learned how to fly within a day. Like, you weren't that good at flying. And then immediately you guys are like, we'll talk about the escape in a second, but that's wild. Obviously, Soren's brother, Clud, is now being basically seductively entranced to continue.
Groomed.
Groomed, thank you. That's literally a good definition for it. And he's just kind of continuing on. Again, Soren tells him when they see him, hey, come on, man, go ahead and follow us, and he doesn't. This is obviously the moment of the end of the book, right? I mean, so what does Clud do here? Like, does he actually, does he kill? Like, what is this as intense in the book? I mean, in the book.
I told you, Clud's gone.
That's right, Clud's not here. Fucking Christ.
He's not. He's only in the book in, the first, 2 or 3 chapters.
That's funny.
After he just, after he fucking kicks Soren's ass off the fucking tree, he dips.
I do find it funny because they kind of did, I guess, they kind of, I guess, needed that for hey, here's stakes. We'll maybe consider, the audience is gonna think, let's have Soren think about getting Clud out, and then when Clud's there, he doesn't. So that mental thought in your brain doesn't matter. But again, this movie has a point. It's okay, they trained for a day, and then they have to escape. And they do. Now that's some magic right there. That's beautiful.
Okay, so in the book when they're escaping, they who's the older owl's name again?
What?
The owl that trains them. That's part of the resistance.
Oh, Grimble.
Yes. Yeah. When he's trying to when he's trying to fight off the other owls, they don't push him out of the tree. It's kind of more gruesome. They fuck him up, and they have to fly away, and they have to be told not to look back. And they have to keep flying and not look back. And it's revealed later that Glyphy did catch a glimpse of she did
Gylfie?
Yeah, Gylfie. She did look back. She did catch a glimpse, and she has nightmares about it because it was fucking gruesome, fucking blood everywhere and shit.
Holy shit! Wow. Hey. Well, what would you expect?
I mean, well, I was reading the book.
Not you.
Oh, yeah.
But what would?
Yeah.
It's don't look back.
I was gonna say when I was reading the book, I was like, shit, this is dark.
This sounds
I'm expecting I was like, I wasn't sure what to expect from the movie because I didn't watch the movie at that time. I'm like, oh fuck, this is a Zack Snyder movie too, and it's realistic. I'm kind of curious. If this made it in. And it's like, no, it didn't.
No, it doesn't.
I was honestly surprised when watching the movie. But this is Zack Snyder. He loves dark shit.
But you get again, there are moments in this movie where again, just are masterful artwork moments, right here. This is This is a painting. This is amazing. It's visually beautiful.
Great. Yeah.
It's an amazing slow-mo shot. And it works because Zack Snyder maximizes a moment of extreme tension and fear and anxiety and uses it perfectly. It's not the book, but it does heighten right there in the movie. Yeah. So here's the end of the book. So now Mark's going in blind for the rest of it. They now, technically...
No, the end of the book happens after they meet, Digger and...
once they...
Digger and Twilight.
Yeah, once they meet Digger and Twilight, which happens fairly soon, because they're looking for food. Gylfie and Soren are looking for food, and they stumble upon Digger. And Digger takes them to a place to hide, and they find his friend there. They don't just find his friend there, though.
They find Mrs. P.
They find Mrs. P, which again tethers back to home. Yeah.
So, okay, in the book, as they're flying, they're...
Sorry, it's a great... I love this comparison.
I know, I'll give it... Sorry, So in the book...
Yes.
But, I think they get tired out, and they're about to drop, and they get snatched up by Twilight. They meet Twilight first. And, Twilight is more of this, he's not a comic relief at all. He's more of this, surviving traveler. He like he didn't really have the opportunity to live with his family. He used to live with foxes. He used to live with other types of birds. He used to survive off of certain foods. He's very serious. He suggested like, hey, let's we should let's eat snakes. I'll get you guys. I'll make sure I'll get you guys a snake for your meal because I always eat snakes. And it was like, and Twilight was like, no. I mean, Soren was like, no. I don't eat snakes. I used to know a snake, Mrs. P. I don't eat snakes. No snakes. And Twilight is very offended, like, an owl that doesn't eat snakes? What the hell? And it's like, if you I strictly do not eat snakes because I respect my old family and Mrs. P, who's a part of that. So they don't meet Mrs. P immediately either. They don't come back with Mrs. P anyway. And they also later on meet Digger. And Twilight and Digger were never associated before. They meet Dick, like Twilight meets.
Wait, what?
Yeah. In the book, Twilight and Digger are never really associated.
Oh my god.
They meet, Twilight meets Digger at the same time Soren and all the rest of the game meet Digger.
Jesus Christ.
And like Digger is Digger is not a comic relief. Neither of these two characters is comic relief, by the way.
That's why I'm like, I'm listening.
Also, major change. Digger is a flightless owl. He can only run. He's a burrowing owl. Does not fly.
What have they done? They massacred my boy. They massacred everyone. Oh my god.
And
oh my god.
And
this is not a Guardians of Ga'Hoole. This is a complete. They must have looked at the screen. The new screenwriters must have thought, man, these are owls. Who gives a fuck?
So like they before they meet Digger, they ask Twilight like, hey, let's before we look for the Guardians of Ga'Hoole, which is the only people that can probably help the situation, we need to fly to my family's area first. Let's go find our families.
That's what Soren said?
Yeah. So this is Soren talking.
That's a very smart idea.
Yeah.
He goes like what it would be respectful and smart to do.
Yeah, so he goes to his old tree. They finally make it back to their old tree. Everyone's gone. Eglinton, Cludd, his parents, no one's there. And that's where they find Mrs. P. She was hiding somewhere, and she reveals that, like, yeah, I saw Cludd fucking kick you off that fucking tree. And I was going to tell your parents, but, like, Cludd fucking threatened to eat me and was trying to eat me, so I had to hide so I wouldn't get fucking eaten by Cludd, because Cludd is fucking scary as shit. And he said he's gonna do the same to Eglinton. He's gonna fucking kick her off too. They found Miss because she was hiding. Gliffy just sort of like Gilfy. Shit, I'm getting
You're good. Go
yeah,
ahead.
Gilfy is just like they kind of don't bother visiting her family's home because she's just kind of losing hope. And it's like, look, if your family's gone, like my family's probably gone too.
Not much hope.
And if they're alive, they most likely flew to Ga'Hoole for the Guardians.
I'm so pissed. This is the difference between Guardians of Ga'Hoole or having an animated film on par with like a fucking animated movie as good as Lord of the Rings. Because if you actually stayed on fucking course, you probably have a movie as good as Lord of the Rings with good animation.
That's what they were going. The vibe for this movie is what they were going.
Yes, that's what I'm like. Oh my god! Like you're telling me this, and it's like, what the, and so I might as well just bridge the gap here. Obviously, in the movie, the owl that's not supposed to be comic relief.
Neither of them. They both are in this movie.
Yeah, Digger can fly, of course. And the other one, fucking Christ. Twilight can too, but he's also comic relief, and he's got a nice little guitar with him, that he just fucking plays whenever he wants to fucking sing, because that's the fucking thing. We need Timon and Pumbaa here.
Yeah, because in this movie, when they find When they find I was saying Timon and Pumbaa too.
Yeah.
When they find Mrs. P, it's like, I found dinner. Like, that's not dinner, that's my friend. And he was like, okay. In the book, he's like, fucking owls and snakes together? What the fuck is this? That's, like, where I come from, that's fucking dinner.
Yep. And, yeah. And then they don't even consult with the idea of going back home. They go to find the Guardians of Ga'Hoole. And they know that Twilight knows where it is, so he takes them toward the direction of the entrance to the body of water. And so, that's where they head.
So,
and
yeah,
that's it.
That's where the first book ends. That's where I've read up into. I did do some like research on synopsis and like what happens in the other books, and it's like the second book is called The Journey, and it is about the journey there.
Right.
And it is like sort of like sort of like a Lord of the Rings thing where like the journey is longer.
Wait a second. Is the journey the body of water, like the whole journey to and through the ocean?
Yeah, and there's kind of more than that. Like, there's just like a big path. The whole journey is just like the adventure to Ga'Hoole.
Because you see,
I haven't read that story, but that is what the synopsis is.
Well, I imagine it's much longer because it takes 2 other books to get to the Guardians of Ga'Hoole, like story, and they've compressed 3 fucking books.
And from what I heard, the third book is kind of like a sort of a Harry Potter situation where they get to Ga'Hoole, they do like get into training, and they're like they kind of spend months there.
Right. Not 3 days to train.
From what I also looked up, it's like the story doesn't really conclude, or they don't really do anything they only take any action immediately by the third book, because there's so many other books.
So they made up the third act action sequence. Is that what you're telling me? The electric shock system.
Because it needs to be a movie with the beginning.
There's a chance that the electric shock thing isn't even part of the book.
I don't know.
Because if you didn't see it in the first book, and then nothing.
Or probably like fucking missed that detail, but like it wasn't a big part of the first book. I'll tell you that. Also, like another detail I looked up, Clud.
Yeah.
He doesn't like join the evil owls or anything.
Oh really?
He just. You find out that he became Metalbeak because he found the original Metalbeak and just fucked him up and took his fucking mask.
That's like if Kylo Ren saw Darth Vader beat the fuck out of him and just took his mask. Like, it's like what? Excuse me, what?
Which in the book makes him more of like a fucking sinister villain because that's his fucking brother, and you beat up the evilest guy.
But that
now you're the evilest guy, and now you're the evil leader.
But like that's what you were doing while we were all just over here training and journeying and escaping and all that. That's you were over here, and you get to the point of kicking the shit out of Metalbeak, the big bad. That's fucking wild. That's a whole different journey.
Well, that makes that honestly that makes Clud more threatening. I like that angle that happens in the book.
Yes. I mean, now let's get to this is what sucks. This is what sucks about book-to-movie adaptations, is they can never live up to the actual book. And so now, what was a fine movie to me, it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie, and in fact, by itself, if you avoid the book knowledge, I think it is. It follows.
I still enjoyed it too.
And I think the thing that, again, we talked about this with even Pixar. It's like what sells is, again, you layer something above it, and what this layers what makes this great, or at least good to great, is you have a solid story, a sibling rivalry, and then you get this layering of here's goddamn amazing animation that makes you want to watch.
Like, I wasn't getting upset as I was watching the movie. I was just like interested, fascinated every time like there was a change. Like, okay, that's different. That's different. Okay, they're doing this.
I'm sorry, I'm just kind of I'm more disappointed because I would love to have seen that in animation.
I would love to too, but like it's.
But that's why I read books.
Yeah.
That's why I just read the book anyway, because like then I can imagine the concept. So yeah.
But it's a pretty good book. I'm probably not gonna get to the other books, but if I had a lot more time on my hands, I probably would get to the other books. But yeah.
Yeah, they meet in Echidna at the gates right before they journey. This journey, by the way, I'm sure that this is part of the book too, is when they're starting their journey takes about 5.
I can't tell you from this point. Yeah.
I know. So, but like, I'm guessing that this part is the journey because they're literally journeying from here until they get to Ga'Hoole. I'm guessing book 2, but that part is 10 minutes of the movie. Just a heads up. Like,
the journey is a whole book. It's called The Journey.
Yes, but the journey here is 10 minutes long. So I'm presuming like that they get to the gates of the waterway, this massive water, and then there's bats, and the bats sort of take them in toward the direction of this echidna, not Knuckles, but a different. And this guy is basically what's the Lion King fucking
Rafiki.
He's basically Rafiki.
Asante san, that's wash banana, where it is.
And
I'm sorry, I just gotta say my favorite scene. It's like, come over and let me tell you. I just love that part. Let me tell you a secret. Asante san, that's wash banana.
I thought you were talking about the where he comes over, hits him on the head.
Oh no, my favorite. I just love like he just wastes his time like, let me tell you a little secret.
Yeah.
That's wash banana. And you're like, get the and someone's like, get the fuck out of here.
He's so fucking tired of his shit. He's like, I can't fucking believe it. Yeah. I'm sorry, they weren't bats, they were crows.
Yeah.
Okay. So they go through. They journey through the big massive water, and eventually they get to a storm. They don't understand that the storm is actually sort of a giant. It's almost like what you would consider like a blocking thing. It blocks anyone from passing, almost like the Bermuda Triangle, where the magic is inside of this thing. So Digger loses his ability to fly, which he wasn't supposed to have. But he loses his ability to fly. Again, there's no like concept of how long. I know owls are supposed to fly for a long time, but it's like, again, we get these mixtures of montages of like, okay, so they're flying and they're still flying and they're still flying. Do owls just have unlimited flying power? Doesn't matter. So they can just keep flying. They fly. They keep flying. They fly into the storm. Digger falls out of the sky. Soren tries to rescue him, and then boom, Jesus comes out of the water.
And, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. Comes out of the water, and this is when they see the snowy arms, the snowy owls. These are the guardians of Ga'Hoole. Like, these are literally the two juggernauts, the guardians of Ga'Hoole. I took this screenshot because, again, like, this is just, I mean, fucking Zack Snyder, 10 out of 10, and the animation team, 10 out of 10, man. I mean, like, just, again, with these slow motion shots, like, fuck, these are so good. Like, any moment where, again,
what's the budget of this movie again?
80 million.
Get the fuck out of here.
You know, and like, this is when Toy Story 3 was $200 million. So, like, fucking impressive. So, again, Digger gets saved, and they follow the Guardians to their headquarters. And again, here's another beautiful show. I mean, just fucking beautiful. Like, oh my god. Like, this is such a beautiful movie to just stare at. So they get out of that storm there. They go into, again, the great tree, the thing in the middle of the whole this whole island that everyone is surviving at. It's called the Great Tree, and they go and they explain in this sort of meeting area what's going on. They explain, hey, like, there's some serious shit going on. This is not, it's not a joke. None of this is like, you need some help. Now, what I appreciate about this movie, and again, like, this is the part where I kind of wanted them to kind of speed it up, is not that I don't mind council meetings, but, Star Wars, the prequels, there's a whole lot of, technically, nothing's wrong, so, and this is Yoda, technically, there's nothing wrong, so, we shall still deliberate, as people are fucking getting murdered in other fucking planets, even though people are telling you the truth.
Fucking politics meetings.
Yeah, but then here, it's like, okay, we're gonna have a fucking meeting, and you have the classic, the old man, who we learn later is a legend, but is Easelrib. He defends him, and he's like, hey, he defends Soren. He's like, hey, why would they be fucking lying? At least send a team, let's take it in earnest. They send a scout team out, and it's like, good. That's kind of what anyone would want. You know, that's what a functioning government would do, by the way. That's what a functioning government would do. Is like, hey, just like, you know, let's kind of acknowledge it slightly and like, let's see how it goes. So they send this flight team out, you know. Soren and Gylfi learn about this, the tree, this place that they're in. And, you know, Soren continues to sort of start to train. Yeah.
I guess it's sort of weird. Something weird is like Soren starts to have the hots for this one owl lady, and like and Gylfi.
I'm glad you brought.
And Gylfi is kind of jealous and is like, wait, is this a love triangle? Because
no, I don't think
Gylfi
she's like.
wait.
I think she's annoyed. I don't think she's jealous.
Yes, I don't know. It reads as like.
I mean, look at the face. Bottom. Look at the screen. Left, bottom, middle. Just look down to the very middle. Look at that face. She's just fucking annoyed at like Soren. And then I love how they try.
I don't know if they get together in the book, but like she is. But like they are very close and they're the same age in the book, so I assume they would get together.
Who?
Soren and Gylfi.
Oh, they are.
They're the same age in the book. Yeah, it's kind of the same size.
Well, thanks, movie.
Away from the book. Yeah, go to my screen.
Meanwhile, he put Gylfi
Go to my screen.
at 2 inches tall.
Like here, go to my screen.
Sorry.
There we go. Here you go. I got little pictures of them. Damn, my fingers are right there. There we go. That's Soren. That's Gylfi.
Wait,
Twilight.
Who's Gylfi?
Can you read? There we go.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, your hand was at first covering.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, okay, yeah. Well, she looks smaller though.
I guess she is smaller.
Yeah.
I don't know. They are kind of more of the same age though.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I think like
He is. Keep in mind, he's younger in this story. When he's captured.
yes. Well, when he's captured, but then they age up together, like you said.
Yep.
And so by the time that they're out, they're both older, and then by the time they get to the place, they age up and train as well. And then you introduce a love interest who's maybe same age, maybe slightly older than Soren. And I love the way that they animate. I don't love it. I find it fucking funny. They make him look like a dumb drumstick. Like they just kind of give him like the dumb eyes. Like, cause like anytime, like when they have him do the effect, it's almost like an emote. This is the only time where I'm like, they didn't really know how to animate an owl in love, so they kind of made him do gaw, gaw, gaw. And it was, okay, that's what we're doing. That's how we're expressing interest. We didn't even need this subplot, but I guess we needed a crush. I guess. So. I do want to mention this because I believe it's the training happens. Is this when does the training happen? Training happens around here. Wherever the training happens. Okay, I've got to fucking mention this because Jesus fucking Christ! In the heart of this movie, I'm gonna put it on the screen because this is a beautiful fucking shot. It's about where the fucking montage happens. In the heart of the movie, there is an Owl City single called "To the Sky." Now, Owl
City.
Yes. Now, Owl City. I think they were only chosen for their name. Now, just to understand, Owl City. This song was made for the movie. Owl City is kind of like a turn of that time. Like it was a kind of pop-ish thing at the time. Like it comes out of this same turn of the decade era that Gahul came out in.
They have
like,
a unique voice.
Like yeah, we're talking about like the early YouTube era, this electronic era. That's what you know, Owl City is from. And most notably, like, Owl City is known for the Wreck-It Ralph, is known for
When
being in
can
Wreck-It
I
Ralph.
see you again?
Yes. In fact, what's funny is, like, dude, like, I remember...
They make Fireflies?
Yes, they made Fireflies and they made Good Time.
Cannot believe your eyes.
So what's funny is, like, because I had to Google this, I was like, is Fireflies in Wreck-It Ralph? No. Is Good Time in Wreck-It Ralph? No. But my brain auto-locks it into Wreck-It Ralph because I think it fits Wreck-It Ralph more. The techie sort of keyboard style that Owl City is known for fits Wreck-It Ralph like a glove.
Oh, when can I see you again is a banger song.
Yeah, but it fits Wreck-It Ralph like a glove. And Owl City itself fits that tone of Wreck-It Ralph in the style of Wreck-It Ralph like a glove. This does not fit fucking Guardians of Ga'Hoole at all. It takes me out of the movie entirely. Because the movie is meant to be, again, if we're doing Lord of the Rings-esque, if we're doing this style of gravity and gravitas, this does not fit in any sense.
Here's the thing, I like the song, but like I don't think any needle drop would just fit for this movie at all. If you're gonna have a montage, it should just be instrumental.
What are we exactly? But like it's like what? Okay, we're doing a training montage, but like then we just get this song that just feels so out of place to me. Like it's like Jesus fucking Christ, especially since it's all almost been this. It's not orchestral all the time, but it's again you've got some great flow to the music that's going on, and it's just it does not mix at all. So yeah, like I really was like Jesus Christ, guys, come on, like can we can we get a little more logic here? All right, so Easelrib takes Soren out to training in this hurricane, this water spout, and he finds he takes everyone out for training, but he specifically wants them to train in the heaviest conditions. And again, all of this is portrayed as if it's happening within maybe a week max, but it's not taken. No, you're not seeing any growth. You're not seeing any aging. You're not seeing any growth. You're not seeing any real significance, except for maybe a couple like days max. They seem comfortable. That's cool, but you don't really get a sense of time. And again, they get sent into this water spout, and we see again Zack Snyder. Love you, man. A+. Again, shout out. Fucking amazing. Poster moment. Fucking great. Like, these are cool. He's in the zone. He's feeling it. He sees the eye of the needle. He's getting a sense of understanding how to really fly well and fly through current specific trajectories and fly through the elements. Use your gizzard, as they would regularly say. He's finding it and he's doing it well. But yeah, fucking Snyder A+ with this fucking moment. And the animation team with the fucking raindrops and all that. Like, again, any slow-mo shot, like, is almost still as good or better than any animated movie that you see today.
Again, I'm glad I have the fucking, I view this movie the way I did. The fucking 3D Blu-ray is so fucking good. It's so fucking amazing. I bet.
There's a moment after that where Soren talks to Easelrib, and it's an incredible discussion because, of course, Soren starts to understand that, wait a minute, he's the legend that he read about in the books. He was this legend he was told to in these stories. The stories, by the way, that we never got to see. Like, we got a brief 10-second story about it in the first, 2 minutes in the movie. We got 10 seconds to understand this old story that Soren was told about. But we do not get that much more. But this is a very important moment for Soren. And I think what's great about this little discussion is, it's not just an incredible discussion between teacher and student, but it's also a discussion of a veteran of experience versus a rookie. He just wants to understand the situation. He wants to understand why what happened and how what happened and all of this. And the scout team comes back. By the way, at this time, we know that one of the members of this Guardians group has been essentially Judas. He's backstabbed the group. But either way, they come back. They have his sister. She is stunned, or she is moon stricken. What is that? Moonstruck? What is?
Moon blinked.
Thank you. Moon blinked. However, she's still slightly able to speak once she hears her brother, and that's very nice. It's a very nice moment. It's unfortunate, but it's a very nice moment. But once I should correctly say, once they learn about what's happening, or they see a sense that of the youngest, the Guardians go out, and then Soren talks to his sister, or tries to. She says something. He realizes it's a trap, so he and his team go after the Guardians because they know that it's a trap. Again, here's another great setting shot. Love, again, everything about that. The Guardians are flying through this very, very evil-looking night. You know, again, if I was doing commentary, I would say, you know, we spent a lot of time here. We wanted to make it look evil, and we did a really good job.
I wonder if that. I need to check the Blu-ray because I wonder if the Blu-ray has commentary on it.
It does. You had to go into language options.
Ah, shit.
It wasn't just even though, you know, special features usually would say like a commentary. It's like no.
I know 3D Blu-ray doesn't have any special features on it.
Okay.
It comes with a regular Blu-ray. I just haven't checked that yet.
Gotcha. Yeah, it does. It does. I have the regular Blu-ray, so just a heads up. All right. Now this is where again you get to the chaos that we talked about earlier. That you were like, this shit doesn't seem like it's in the movie at all. You know, again, it's a rescue mission, right? This is where Soren goes and he saves the day. He does the thing. We see him do a lot of things here. Not only does he strategize here, you have everyone playing a part. I myself would not have Gylfi fighting off bats because she is still like 2 times less the size of a fucking bat. So, hey, but somehow she is able to still kick ass because she has done training. I'm not saying that's a problem. I'm not saying Gylfi's a bad thing, but I think you should have had her age up a little bit. And then, like, the idea of having her fight alongside fucking bats would have made a little more sense because the bats can still pick her up. But again, because we haven't aged up her, it just kind of looks a little fucking funny. Meanwhile, Soren needs to stop the electromagnetic machine or whatever it is from killing all of the Guardians. And so he takes a little bucket of tar, whatever the fuck it is. He puts it next to, flies low into the flames. You get a very nice shot there. Sorry, Snyder, I screenshotted it, but it's not in this picture here. This is one angle, but there's another slow-mo angle with embers on the side. It looks very nice. These, you know, doing all that. Ooh, look at that. Whoa. Whoa, look at that. Whoa.
Again, it looks really good in 3D.
Yes. You know, we see the Judas, the character that backstabbed the Guardians. He also gets backstabbed later.
Like, oh no, this is like a good action scene right here too. Like these owls fighting it's actually like really, it's really fucking cool.
It is. Like, I don't want to downplay. Like, I know I'm zooming through this section, but again, like, I think this is where again Zack Snyder nails direction because he can do so much, and he already has shown in 300 many other films that he can nail this, and he does it very well with just combat through, you know, wings, through claws, through anything that they can use, through their helmets smacking into each other, anything that they can use. You're seeing the combat, you're seeing flow. It's good. It's well done, especially between again Soren and his brother. Like, you're seeing a great. Oh, come on. Well, is it dead now? There we go. Oh my god. There we go. Between Soren and his brother, and like you get this again. I think the best way I can describe it is you get basically the end of episode 3, because that's what this is. It is Revenge of the Sith. In fact, like, it's next to not lava but fire, but you know, you get even like a branch. There's a branch.
It's over, Anakin. I'm grounded and high.
In the high ground, yeah. I'm in the high ground. Like,
I'm grounded and high, Anakin.
Exactly. Like, it's so on the nose, it's not even funny. But like, it is like 1-to-1. But again, their combat is good. Like, the combat, especially in the like as they're flying through, these are tense moments because he can do great chase sequences. You can, you know, have a couple quarter side shots, everything, like where, you know, anything where they're flying, all that's great. You know, and then you get, again, on the bottom corner, as you see on the screen there, Easel Rib and the Big Bad are fighting there, and that's another, you know, tough fight because you don't know how this old man's gonna fucking make it out. Honestly, it's cool. Like, this is a cool fucking fight.
Especially the scale of the other owl. Like, he's much smaller than Middlebeak.
Absolutely. Especially when then you have
and it's like, and he's like holding his own against. Oh shit, he's badass. He is the real deal.
Yep. And then he's old, and then his wife comes in. You know, his girl comes in, tries to, you know, double the fun, as they say, and that doesn't work. You know. But yeah.
Claude seemingly falls to his doom because he's trying to help him,
Yes.
But like Claude is kind of like pulling like not a scar.
Yeah.
The
Almost like Anakin-ish.
yeah, Anakin-ish. The antagonist of Lion King 2 does this.
Yes.
Where it's like, I'm gonna help me. No, I'm gonna fuck you up. No, wait, fuck.
Literally, like it's an error of wrong.
I've seen the same deaths in other animated movies too before.
It's an error of wrong measurements.
Yeah.
But like, and that's like it's one of the worst ways to end a movie on such a,
like you idiot, try to kill me after you already helped up.
Yes. Yes, indeed. And of course, again, he's had along the way, Soren gets this hot, very like flame-fronted branch, and he's flying around with it. And again, like in the end, I'm gonna be honest. Like after this, it's like okay, it keeps going. It's a very nice thing, But like in the end, like the fucking evil guy gets impaled. Okay, boom, like gets impaled.
Very very tasteful way of doing it because like it's still a kids movie, so they can't show obsessive gore.
Yes,
but it's like okay, how they're gonna show this is like okay, they show us in a satisfying way where it's like not too hidden, but like it's like you do see where the impact is, and it's like okay, that's cool.
Absolutely, yeah. And
I like a movie stylishly show impact instead of just hiding it.
Absolutely. Well, the whole lead up is like again, every bit of direction in this scene is like it's a Snyder festival, and it's done so well. It's done triumphantly. It's done with a lot of effort and care. But Soren gets to win the day. The big bad dies. They come back, and when they come back, the family's there. Everything's good.
So
everything's happy.
I was holding on to this. Here's another change from the book.
The parents are dead.
Yeah, they're fucking massacred, dude. They're fucking dead. They come out of nowhere at the end of this movie. The end of the book, they're fucking. It does happen in the first book. I just read later that happens in one of the later books, but that they find out. Yeah, the parents are fucking dead.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes way more sense because it's like okay, this is cool. This is definitely the PG version of this story here. Not just to end that, but of course on the other end, guess who's still alive and he's got red eyes. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Yep.
I mean, I guess that's his way of becoming Metalbeak. So if I assume that there was a sequel, it'd probably be a bit more accurate to the later books.
I'm sure. Yeah, because now you've actually reconnected to what happens, which is again he becomes Metalbeak or whatever the evil guy's name is. The idea of the family being there and all that, it's like that's funny. That's like haha yeah.
It's probably the latest scene where you're what is the camera like? How many licks does it take to get to a Tootsie Pop?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, man. I think.
Actually, no. Actually, that doesn't happen. It's all serious, and he's looking, he's hanging from a tree branch. He's looking at the helmet with the red eyes. And then that's when the kid just from the Tootsie Pop commercial just walks on screen. He's the same animation from the old commercial.
Just stitched in.
Mr. Rowell!
It'd probably still be stitched in better than
the
Smurfs.
Yeah, he's like, Mr. Rowell! And then just... Then it just cuts to black.
It doesn't. He doesn't answer.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
No, he just looks at the fourth wall then just cuts to black.
It's one of those zoomed in shots too, where it's just his upper face. It's just his upper face or his upper body. Yeah. Yeah, but that was The Legend of the Guardians of Ga'Hoole. I didn't mean to zoom through that last third act, but it felt like a very typical third act that was directed very well.
I mean, this story is very typical hero's journey story. It is very saved by the good animation and I guess how it plays the straightforwardness well because I don't find any of the characters annoying. I don't find any of the plot nonsensical. It is sped up, but it doesn't feel nonsensical and the decisions don't feel unrealistic either.
Right.
So this is still a very enjoyable movie. If we're showing a kid who hasn't seen much fantasy, this is a good start.
Hey, it's better than Black Cauldron. I'll have to go with that. Hey.
Like that, you're bringing a bad movie.
I know,
like, it's
but
hard.
like, I know, but like, you know, Gurgi wants smackings and whackings.
Gurgi's a fuck. He should have stayed dead.
Yeah. I'm just saying, we're just comparing and contrasting fantasy. Like, hey,
They traded their fucking souls to those witches for Gurgi's life.
for
What the
Gurgi's
fuck?
life. Yeah, they had such success.
I wouldn't trade.
They-
I wouldn't trade my packet of fun size M&Ms for fucking Gurgi's life. He always stays dead.
We'll remember him because he was annoying. Like, yeah.
I want to forget. Trust me.
I want to. But yeah, man. I think again, like, I don't want to understate, like, Guardian. Let me get the fucking quote right. The Legend of the Guardians, Owls of Ga'Hoole.
Stupid fucking name.
Is it is a visual masterpiece. It is absolute, like, the effort put in.
And I
is
keep
still
calling this movie Guardians. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I keep calling this movie Guardians of the Ga'Hoole.
Yeah, and that's what everyone calls it. But like, it is still a visual masterpiece. This thing holds up presently. It is visually beautiful to look at.
Yes.
And it's so visually beautiful to look at that it doesn't overtake it. It does the heavy lifting for sacrifices in the storyline, and I think it still has, even though it's changed. I think you will see, and like we talked about, you will see a great siblings, at least an interesting sibling storyline, competitive sibling storyline that I think they narratively still get done in a softer way. I think the journey is interesting, and I think the discovery is interesting. I think the journey and the goals and the tasks that Soren wants to get to, what he dreams about, it's cool that we get to see him get to those things, and the final battle is awesome. So, in terms of an animated film that I would recommend, like, I'd still recommend this. Obviously, again, like, no surprise, the books are better. Like,
yeah, I would love to see like a better like an adaptation of the actual books, but this is still enjoyable. If you had to put together a portfolio for Animal Logic to show like their best work, top 3 picks would be the CN bumpers, the CG and Lego Movie, and then this.
Because you want to avoid fucking Happy Feet.
Get the fuck fucking happy.
There's a. I will say this thing had a. Happy Feet did have a. It was interesting that they actually had a political moment, like an actual, not political, political moment, where they showed the negative side of penguins being captured and put into a zoo an aquarium enclosure.
It was a jukebox movie, therefore it's sinned.
Therefore it is sinned. It is stained amongst.
I don't know. I don't remember much of that movie. Actually, well, I didn't really watch it. I remember like I rented it as a kid and I fell asleep on it and I never really went back to it. I'm like, I don't need to watch this.
Well, hey man, it's best animated feature. So, I mean, fucking Puss in Boots didn't win. Puss in Boots' Last Wish didn't win that.
Pixar was so pissed that I fucking won that year. What did they have?
No, 2010. Toy Story 3.
Damn!
No,
I can imagine.
wait. Correction. I'm thinking of Guardians of Ga'Hoole. Sorry. 2006. Isn't that Cars? One sec. We're looking this up. Yeah, I think it had to be Cars. Because what was the year before? The year before was not Incredibles. That was 2004.
It was.
No, that was 2004.
Huh?
That was 2004.
Exactly.
It was a gap year. It had
Nothing
to
in 2005.
So it had to be Cars.
Yes.
They didn't. Of course, they didn't deserve to fucking win.
They didn't.
Yeah.
But I'm saying they were pissed.
I mean, they can be pissed all they want. Fucking, I like Cars, but there's no fucking way to like, oh, boo-hoo, John Lasseter.
What else is there?
Like, boo-hoo, John Lasseter.
Look up animated Oscar 2000.
That's what I'm, yeah. I got it. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, it's like, come on, shut the fuck up, John Lasseter. Oh, boo-hoo, my movie that I stole from my friend who made a fucking short about it. It didn't fucking win. Just shut up. Shut up, but. 2000.
Who Disney fired me from groping girls' asses?
So here's the collection, and there's a definitive winner. Cars. Fucking Happy Feet. Monster House. Monster House wins.
Yeah.
Fucking wins.
I agree.
Like, there is no way in hell. Monster House doesn't win.
Like, they should have won, and the guy who collected the award, he should have took the award, and you're like... I love seeing that gif.
That's always good that it still circles around. Oh, that shit's gold.
It's just like...
That's another film that, like, still stands the test of time because of its stylized animation. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna let you know, folks. On the list for future cartoon chats. We don't know when, but it's on the list.
That might be a creep crew for, like, the next year. Next year might just be just Monster House.
Yeah.
Because
I need to see that movie again. It's so fucking good.
It's good. All right, guys, of course, you can find Cartoon Chat at your favorite podcast service. You can find it at cartoonchatpodcast.com. You can find it at screenblastpodcast.com. You can find, of course, clips and content at Screenblast Society on YouTube or at athemocracy, athemocracy.com, which is where you can find me, Brian the Baltimorean, also on Instagram. You can find Mark. Mark, where can they find you?
In your basement.
Ew, what the fuck? That was on you. You, like, put yourself in that situation?
Yeah, I'd be creeping, boy. Isn't Creep coming out? I can't.
Creep Crew is next, but like I wouldn't set that up as the goddamn teaser. I'd be creeping in my friend's basement. So
if you guys want to join the Creep Crew, just go to Brian's basement. I'll let you in.
You're sitting at the door waiting for like a week. Yeah.
Neon sign open. All right. K9 Biscuits. That's K9BISKTS.com. Sorry, there are no owls there.
What are we talking about? So now we've done Chicken Little, we've done fucking Guardians of Gahul. Have we done any other bird movie?
Huh?
Have we done any other bird movie? Guardians of Gahul, Chicken Little.
I guess we're doing Happy Feet and Happy Feet 2.
Fuck Happy Feet
tomorrow.
2. Tomorrow?
Both the duology. We're gonna do the Happy Feet and Happy Feet 2. Let's just do fucking... Oh wait, that's not animated. And you know, penguins are cartoon enough. We're gonna do March of the Penguins.
What?
They're cartoony enough.
What?
They're cartoon. They're animate. They're pretty animated.
Watching. What is he talking about?
Those penguins are pretty animated personalities. So.
Yeah, they're fucking animated because they're alive. What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Hello.
Oh shit! Oh, you're right. I forgot. Yeah, stop recording, bud. Why not, everybody?